Let's put as much as we can. Come on.
Okay.
Oh,
no.
Is that enough, Uncle Ron?
Oh, Vincenzo. Oh, shit. Chef Brian Tsao here, not your typical chef, and today I'm going to be reacting to Uncle Roger review Crazy Italian Chef Egg Fried Rice. I'm excited for this one because we've already reacted to Vincenzo making carbonara. We've also reacted to Uncle Roger making carbonara, but can Vincenzo make a good egg fried rice? Before I go on with today's episode, I do want to give a shout out to my latest sous chef level patrons, Dustin and Killer Groove. Thank you so much for your support. And for the rest of you who have been following this series and enjoy the content that you're getting, please consider becoming a patron. Link in the description below. There, it'll take you to my Patreon page where if you sign up, you can take advantage of some awesome perks. Also, I'd greatly appreciate it if you followed me on Instagram at Chef Brian Tsao. That is the social media platform I am definitely most active on. Check out what I'm doing day to day, but also hit me up. I'd love to hear from you. Lastly, I do want to say thank you to everyone one more time. The amount of support that I got for opening up about some of the things I've been going through recently really meant a lot to me. I haven't been able to read through the comments as much as I normally like to, especially because that's where I get my ideas for the next videos I react to. But it was real. I just decided to read through them recently. Now my schedule is starting to stabilize with the sandwich shop kind of stabilizing. Check out Mission Sandwich if you haven't already. But anyway, you guys have been just super awesome, super kind, and thank you again from the bottom of my heart. And with that all said, let's react to some shit.
But can Italian chef make good egg fried rice, or is he gonna end up making egg fried risotto?
Which risotto, by the way, is freaking delicious. Right.
I am making egg fried rice and he's going to react to this. So I'm gonna make it the most authentic, delicious way.
Oh, he even dressed like me, but Uncle Roger think orange look better on me than him.
The day before, or 2 days before you make egg fried rice, you make the rice. You never make the rice on the same day.
Correct. You should treat rice in egg fried rice like how you treat your partner after big argument. Leave them alone for few days. Maybe throw them in fridge. Maybe that's why my ex-wife Auntie Helen left. She found way to escape my fridge.
Okay, so Vincenzo mentioned one of the most important things for a good egg fried rice. Not the only way, but I would say the easiest way and the best way is to use day-old rice. Whether that means you make it yourself or you get it from your local Chinese restaurant. Do not use pre-packaged shit. Let's not perpetuate the shit teachings of Jamie Oliver and his egg fried rice video. But with that said, there have been great suggestions in the comments, and you know, I've seen this done as well, where you make the rice, you spread it onto sheet trays, and by spreading it, you are increasing surface area so the rice can cool faster, dissipate more moisture, so you can get close to day-old rice. People have also asked and or mentioned in the comments, you know, do restaurants have that much rice at the end of the day where they have enough day-old rice for the next day? In my experience, and in the Chinese restaurant that I ran, we always had a lot of rice left over for the next day. But, you know, it wasn't uncommon for us sometimes when it got really busy. We used rice straight out of the rice cooker, but we had high-powered wok, so we were still able to achieve the final product that we wanted. Again, ideally, day-old rice isn't law, is basically what I'm saying. It's just, it will definitely give you the best possible product.
But normally Chinese rice comes in big bags of tenki.
Correct. We like to slap them.
Uncle Roger, you like to slap them. I don't slap rice bags. But if you haven't already, slap that like button and make sure to check out Vincenzo and Uncle Roger's original video, as I wouldn't be here without either of these guys.
Making a risotto, an Italian risotto, we don't wash the rice because we want the stuff of the rice. But this is Asian cuisine, okay?
Nice distinction.
He washed rice, that correct. But his washing rice motion so awkward. Usually we spin our hand around rice bowl like this, but he washing rice like this. What this motion? This motion is what teenagers do in backseat of mom car.
Oh, God. Uncle Roger cut Vincenzo some slack. He's probably not used to cleaning rice often, you know, the Asian way. Great little nugget of knowledge from Vincenzo's part, distinguishing that if you use rice to make risotto, you do not wash it because you actually want the excess starch. That excess starch is what's going to help give you that creamy end product, which is a desirable trait from a really good risotto. Is not a desirable trait when you're cooking rice for Asian cuisine.
Now we are going to cook the rice in a rice cooker.
That's amazing. He's second white person to have rice cooker after Uncle Joshua.
I should mention Vincenzo could have saved a step cleaning the rice directly in the insert that goes into the rice cooker rather than getting a bowl, cleaning it, pouring it off into the rice cooker insert. Like I said, he could have cut out a step. And actually, it's very common to just clean the rice in the insert to save you some time.
Cover the rice with a chicken sauce.
Nice.
Now we put the lid on.
But Vincenzo, your rice cooker too basic. This for student. This rice cooker. You 600.
All right, Uncle Roger's throwing some shade at Vincenzo for using a cheap rice cooker. I had one of those rice cookers when I was, you know, living on my own for the first time. Those types of rice cookers tend to bubble up and steam a lot, and, you know, you get some residue on the walls, but maybe you don't care about that and you're not nearly as OCD as me. But those rice cookers work perfectly fine. Vincenzo did choose to use chicken stock, which, you know, will make a delicious egg fried rice, especially if you cool it too. It'll be great. However, typically, you know, fried rice at home or even in the restaurant setting with my past experiences is it's always cooked with water. Basically, the rice is pretty plain unless you are, you know, making something like Hainanese chicken where you actually want some flavoring into the rice, where I would use chicken stock, but also at the end dress the finished rice with some chicken fat. It's just delicious. Oh, also, you can make coconut rice, which you replace some of the water, if not all of the water, with some coconut milk. It is absolutely to die for. Let's keep watching.
1,000 subscribers. Get better rice cooker. Stop spending money on your orange polo and get Baby Elephant brand rice cooker. This brand really need to sponsor Uncle Roger. I talk about this rice cooker so many times now. Soji Rushi people, sponsor Uncle Roger.
Guys, the rice should look like this the day after. Nice and dry.
Yes, nice and dry. You can clearly see a lot of grain separation. He's already off to a great start.
Look nice.
To make the perfect egg fried rice, we need simple ingredients. That's what food is all about, simplicity.
I will say for Italian cuisine, I would say the ethos, or, you know, one of the fundamentals of good Italian cuisine is you keep the food simple, you maintain the integrity of the ingredients. This is, Italian cuisine is one of the, they are just all about the ingredient. Not to say other cultures, cuisines aren't, but I would say that is one of the things that definitely sticks out to me when it comes to Italian cooking. And obviously Vincenzo wants to apply it to this. For egg fried rice, I agree. This is one of those dishes where you want to keep it simple. But as we've seen from the various egg fried rice videos we've reacted to on this channel, and I think Uncle Roger would agree, you can, well, maybe he wouldn't agree actually. We'll see what he says after I start the video again. But Asian cuisine can get very complicated very quickly, just in like a component of a dish like curry paste, for example. With that said, let's keep watching.
No. It's not just simple. You need simple and correct. Like Jamie Oliver, his recipe so simple, but wrong as shit.
Yes.
We start
Good
from
point.
the shallot. Hello?
Great point.
Uncle Roger believes onions are not good enough. Onions are for cheap people.
Not cheap people. I say it for poor people.
Then we're going to use 3 garlic cloves. I think
Nice garlic, good, correct?
Here I have a beautiful homemade chili jam.
Hi, why he putting myself in there? Uncle Roger, don't even need to review. You already have my review in your video.
I was wondering what that was about. I was like, oh, they collabed on that one? But that's a nice touch, Vincenzo.
I was going to say, the chili jam is not to be used in this recipe. So you make it and keep it in the fridge. For this recipe, we're gonna use a fresh chili. So I recommend you to use sambal. It's a nice...
Sambal, good choice. Like Uncle Gordon, he used sambal in his egg fried rice. But Uncle Roger, I prefer Malaysian sambal belacan, not sambal ulik.
Spring onion, we're gonna use. Then I'm gonna use 4 eggs. I'm gonna get
nice
sesame oil, soy sauce,
nice
pepper.
All ingredient correct so far?
Virgin olive oil.
I don't necessarily agree with the black pepper. That was clearly black pepper over there. I think white pepper is really the way to go. But, you know, it's not gonna taste bad by any means. It's just personal preference on my part. I also believe ground white pepper is like the, not just ground, but white pepper in general is an unsung hero in Asian cookery.
Virgin olive oil.
Wait, yeah.
I'm joking.
Don't joke around like that. Olive oil is sensitive topic for Uncle Roger.
I missed that.
Guys, if you want to add any other ingredients, you can. You can use vegetables.
Don't use vegetable. Vegetable tastes like sap.
No, vegetables are good for you, Uncle Roger. Vegetables are good for you, Uncle Roger.
Yeah, but so is prostate exam. Uncle Roger don't want that with my egg fried rice. Hiya.
So I'll tell you one thing. I went to the shop to buy this, and this is all in Chinese.
MSG.
This is gourmet powder.
For you.
It means it's good. I don't want to know what's inside. And I'm using a small knife.
Big Chinese cleaver. Not bad, not bad.
We want to cut the sharp.
Nice chopping.
Now we finally chop the garlic.
No, that's not how you're supposed to chop garlic for egg fried rice. You're supposed to chop them to tiny pieces like your shallot. Why you slice them?
I think Uncle Roger's speaking too soon. We'll see. Vincenzo here's cutting them into, you know, slicing it into little discs. You know, it's been many times where I'll slice very fast and then I'll do a mince after I have everything sliced. Like that would be the first stage. So I think Uncle Roger's speaking a little too soon, but let's keep watching.
You want to have slice of garlic in your egg fried rice?
However, I agree with Uncle Roger. If Vincenzo decides to leave the slices, I do not agree with that. If that's the way Vincenzo decides to go. Let's keep watching.
You're just eating the egg fried rice, then you get hit by a big slice of garlic. Who want that? So weird. Is this some Italian cooking technique or something?
Now we finally chop the garlic.
Also, you have big Chinese cleaver. Use it to smash your garlic first. So your garlic...
That's typically how I'll mince garlic, is smash it first and then, you know, give it a rough chop. But I've done it the way Vincenzo's doing it too, where I cut slices and then rough chop. Either or works.
So much shallot and garlic. I'm starting to cry over here. Oh.
So weak.
I don't know how Uncle Roger does it.
Very simple. Uncle Roger used up all my tear when Auntie Helen left. My heart so empty, just like the fridge.
Now we're gonna get 2 egg yolks.
All right.
And 2 entire eggs.
Nice.
And now we're gonna whisk the eggs. Whisk.
Hiya, just use chopstick to whisk egg.
Uncle Roger, I don't think Vincenzo has chopsticks in his house.
Asian people, we don't have whisk in house.
I do agree, though. In this scenario, I would have used a fork, if it was me personally, a fork and or chopsticks, because if I was making this for myself or for my family, it would give me one less thing to clean, because I'll use the chopsticks to eat with later, and same with the fork.
We never use this even to make cake. We just use chopstick. Hiya, Vincenzo. Italian people don't know how to use chopstick, is it?
Now I'm gonna add the sambal in the eggs, okay? I put it in the egg.
Interesting technique.
So when I mix it...
I wouldn't do that personally. I like the way not Uncle, I guess, is he still Uncle Gordon? But the way Gordon Ramsay did it, where he put it in towards the end, but directly onto the hot wok and reduced its moisture content. You know, it concentrated the flavors more by cooking it directly onto the wok. But I think this could work too. I just prefer putting it directly onto the wok. I think it gives, you know, a deeper caramelization and a deeper flavor than going this route. Like I said, I don't think this is terrible though or bad.
Uncle Roger usually has them separate.
Time for cooking, guys. So get a wok.
Nice. Vincenzo got all his mise en place in place, and now he's ready to go. All his ingredients are cut up, ready to go. This is how you should always cook. Read through the recipe first and get everything staged out before you start cooking.
And
that not wok.
Rice.
Where your wok? Where your wok?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, well, this is the wok I make pasta with.
It's like Uncle Roger there to help out Uncle Roger.
I meant get a wok.
Oh, fuck. I already know I'm gonna get shit for my egg fried rice video, so a little preview. I used like a non-stick wok, similar. I know, I can hear you guys crying right there. I can hear people typing, just shitting on me.
Wok. This is my...
This wok looks so nice.
Personal wok.
Look at this. It looked like it used before. It has patina. Wok is the only thing in house you want to see black and blue, not your wife.
Turn the fire on, okay? In 2021, you can use induction, yes?
Real fire, so satisfying. Fuck induction stove. If you have induction stove at home, use real fire and burn it down.
Oh.
Put vegetable oil in there.
Correct.
Oil,
Cook the wok.
So we just
nice neutral oil, high smoke point oil is what you want to use.
spread the oil. This is an important utensil. You do need this spoon, which is perfect for egg fried rice. Okay.
Uncle Roger preferred the round bottom ladle. You know, like the one Chef Wang Gang used?
Yes.
Because
for wok cookery, the main tool is the wok spoon. They do have the wok spatula, but typically that's used with the real big woks, and you use the two utensils to move the product around. Uncle Roger here is pretty spot on for this.
that one you can use to punch the rice to loosen it up.
Yep.
And Vincenzo, this spatula also look a bit too small. Let's see how it look with his wok later.
This was recommended to me by the lady at the Asian grocery store. She said, get this one because this is the one I use.
Hiya, I don't think she even worked there. Vincenzo, stop asking random old Asian lady stuff.
And now we're gonna cook the shallots.
Good.
Shallots go in.
Garlic, okay?
Correct. And garlic. Good,
Nice
good.
and hot.
Until they're ready.
I can almost smell it from here.
Ooh.
Very nice.
And this is what we do.
See? What I tell you, his spatula a bit too small.
It's gonna take a couple of minutes, no more.
Uncle Roger, I don't agree
His
with
hand going into the wok. Compare that size to Uncle Wang Gang ladle size. Vincenzo's spatula too small. I wonder what else too small about him. Sorry,
I don't really agree with Nigel in this regard. This is a home stove. It's not nearly as, the burner is not nearly as powerful as a professional wok stove. Vincenzo won't really have to worry about his hand keeping a distance from the wok, because he won't really have that super high power heat. The only thing I will mention from Vincenzo is that he should be holding onto the wok handle and moving the product together, because Nigel did mention, oh, your utensil's too small, so it can't push all the product at the same time. Well, same thing, same shit with the wok spoon. Granted, there's also different size wok spoons. Generally, they're about the same, but by holding onto the wok and moving the wok and the utensil, you move all the product inside at the same time, because remember what I mentioned about what makes wok cookery and this whole mythical wok hay so special is that you're cooking in a vessel that's rounded in the bottom, that's designed to keep the food in motion over a super high heat to give, again, what I call micro searing very evenly all over your product. And that's, you're like taking it to the point of near burning, which you're not burning, but again, you're getting it very close, and that really maximizes that, deeply caramelized flavor and almost smoky flavor, the signature trait of really good wok cookery and wok.
And put the egg. Ready?
Eggs.
Oh, this the egg mixed with the sambal together.
God, beautiful.
So for me right now, the wok is not hot enough. I would have let the wok recover a little longer before adding the egg. Maybe even push the onions and the garlic to the side and then put the eggs onto the wok that's sitting over the hottest point of the burner. Those are just tiny little details. For me, it's really important to pour in the eggs when the pan is screaming hot and it actually fluffs up and gets very light, which is also why I prefer to put my eggs at the beginning.
Hiya, the egg look a bit muddy. That's why Uncle Roger always separate the egg from the sambal.
Okay, now let's add the rice, which I'm gonna get with my hands.
He's just using feeling.
He's using hands.
Enough.
Uncle Roger did that too. Generally, if this was a restaurant setting, I don't like my cooks reaching into their ingredients with their bare hands. You know, your hands touch all kinds of things all day long. If you really think about it, it's one of the dirtiest parts of your body, and every time you touch food you have bare hand contact, you are potentially introducing foreign objects, bacteria. Basically, your ingredients won't last as long. Now, if you're doing this at home, I don't think it really matters much, but you're doing this in a professional setting, don't forget, like, the ambient temperature of the kitchen is very hot, and a moist, warm environment, what is that conducive to? Well, you know, bacteria and viruses and, you know, potential foodborne illness. So for me, bare hand contact on something like a rice, which is a potentially hazardous food. Again, no bare hand contact if you can help it.
I think maybe a bit too much rice for the size of his wok.
Yeah, I agree.
Shallots.
Spring onion.
I would have put in the rice first. Let that cook it over the heat. Let it come to temp first. Then put the chilies and the white ends of the scallion. Put it in, let that come to temp, and then put in the green parts of your scallion. So I think he's going to have a moister fried rice, and keep in mind he's doing this over a conventional Western style stove, so he doesn't have the advantage of that super high powered flame from a regular wok stove. Like I said, I think his end product is going to be a bit too moist for what I think is the ideal egg fried rice. However, his steps are pretty, you know, he's pretty close. He's pretty good. He's not doing bad.
Garnish, last step, nice, good.
Stir all your ingredients.
See, too much rice, the rice almost falling out of wok.
So whenever you put in too much product into your pan, it's called overcrowding. And then what happens is your product steams rather than sears or sautés, because everything's so close together, the moisture can't escape. How does moisture escape more easily? Is by increasing surface area. So when I work with cooks, I always tell them, always use the bowl or the pot that you think is way too big. Not way too big, but go bigger than what you think you actually need, because generally you don't want to overcrowd your pan, because again, you're going to be steaming versus sauteing or searing, which is typically what you're trying to go for, right? Unless you're trying to go for steaming. That's another story altogether. So I agree with Uncle Roger. The wok is a little too small for the quantity that he is making. This is actually something I touch upon in my egg fried rice video, which I promise, it's coming. It's coming. I promise. Just wait a little longer, okay? It is coming.
Spatula too small. Wok too small. Everything about Vincenzo too small. Feel bad for his wife.
Now let's gonna add some
shots fired.
Pepper good.
Let's put a nice amount of soy sauce.
Soy sauce, correct?
Generous with the soy sauce.
I would put it in at this stage of the cooking. Looks like Vincenzo did a good job of bringing everything to temp before putting in the soy sauce. I do think, though, he put in the green ends of the scallion too soon.
Okay, enough. Enough high. Stop. Stop. Enough high. That's too much soy sauce. It's gonna be so salty. Your whole fried rice.
And also keep in mind he's reintroducing moisture. So the way I would have done this is put in just enough soy sauce for color, but compensate with salt, because salt will be dry. You're not introducing excess moisture. But I think he's supposed to be adding in MSG, so that's gonna be pretty damn salty, in my opinion.
It's gonna just taste like soy sauce, Vincenzo. You just need one splash soy sauce on the side of wok.
Yep.
That's it. You're pouring soy sauce.
Good attention to detail, Uncle Roger, and he doesn't explain why, which I will gladly do. When you put the soy sauce directly onto the wok, again, you are removing the excess moisture content and you're concentrating the flavors more. But you have to move fast. Again, that's why the wok is designed the way it is. Typically, the chef at a wok station will have these big open containers where of all his flavorings, everything from soy sauce to salt and sugar and MSG. So he can literally just take his wok spoon and scoop what he needs, and then he flicks, for example, in this case, the soy sauce, he would use the wok spoon, grab the soy sauce and flick it on the edge of the pan. It would sizzle right away, and then, the remnants will go, slowly drip into the bottom of the pan, and then he keeps it moving. So it's like this one fluid motion, right? He's got the rice going, soy sauce into the side, and then he can immediately start going again. So good attention to detail, Roger.
In there, like a pouring white wine sauce for pasta.
Let's put sesame oil, and again.
Okay, don't put too much. Enough that. I stop.
Generous.
Don't be so generous. Be a bit.
Yeah, sesame oil, a little bit goes a long way. A little bit goes a long way.
More stingy with your sesame oil. Fried rice and everything in life, it's about balance. He puts so much oil.
The way I teach my cooks is always, you know, cooking is about ingredients, technique, ratio, but also threshold. A really experienced cook, it's a combination of these 4 things and how you're manipulating everything. Balance is, you know, is that thing you're always trying to achieve. And in this case, I'm sorry to say, Vincenzo, some things are quite out of balance here. You are very, very close. I think it just will take a little bit more refinement, but your ingredient choices, your order of, you know, when you're putting in things for the most part is pretty good. Let's keep watching.
In the Dubai just called, they want their oil back.
And now again, let's mix. I love doing this.
Nice tossing also.
The way he should be doing it is, I'm left-handed, so I would be holding the wok in my left hand, but I would be moving it, and then you kind of almost keep the utensil, the wok spoon or spatula, whatever you decide to use, almost stationary, and you're just kind of facilitating the push up, right? So the rice kind of like folds over onto itself every time you move the wok. The wok spoon or the utensil is there to just facilitate that. But also when it flips back, it's gonna hit the handle of the wok spoon and kind of dissipate and break apart. Again, we're just trying to remove excess moisture.
Toss. Let's make sure that...
And you can see it's not really folding over into itself. And I think this is just Vincenzo not being used to maybe working with this particular vessel, a wok.
Soy sauce, the sesame oil makes love with the egg fried rice.
Don't use make love and egg fried rice in same sentence. That's how Uncle Roger get fired from Chinese restaurant.
This is Uncle Roger's favorite time, MSG.
MSG is king of flavor. You put Uncle Roger in there too much now.
I'm a little worried how much Vincenzo throws in there, but let's keep watching.
Don't put me on cloud. You make me look like I dead and gone to heaven. Of course, Uncle Roger going to heaven. Anyone who roasts Jamie Oliver automatically get entry to heaven.
Let's put as much as we can. Come on.
Okay.
Oh,
no. Vincenzo, oh shit. Oh, it's gonna be salty, bro.
Too much again. I know many nieces and nephews surprised that Uncle Roger say too much MSG. Correct, because when Uncle Roger making egg fried rice video, I learned MSG need to be about balance also. Don't put too much, just put right amount. That is Uncle Roger, personal growth over the last year.
Nice touch. I love that Uncle Roger mentioned that. I mean, listen, I learn all the time too. I learn from you guys. I don't always get it right. So it's, you know, to me, a sign of a good cook is someone who's willing to listen and learn. And, you know, I don't know, maybe Vincenzo made another egg fried rice video where it's a bit more refined after, you know, guys like me are going to kind of shit on him a little bit about some of his choices. But that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to make mistakes, man, as long as you're willing to learn from it. That's it.
Oh, is that it?
Look at this. Look at this.
Man, whoever's gonna eat that is going to be one thirsty motherfucker.
You're trying to make egg fried rice, not remaking Narcos. Vincenzo using MSG like how he using Parmesan on pasta. It's so weird seeing him use all Italian technique but on Asian food.
Oh, Uncle Roger, I mean, you know, Vincenzo right there is like the most Italian guy you'll ever meet, so let's cut him a little slack.
It look good color. Yeah. Look like it tastes delicious.
Can you see the rice? See, they're all individual. Okay. They're not.
All right. Very nice, Vincenzo. He knows what to look for. Good attention to detail.
And a little bit sharp. That not bad.
It's not wet. It's dry enough. This is.
It look nice. Uncle Roger hungry now.
Okay.
Love it.
Looks good.
Vincenzo fried rice not bad. Ingredient all correct. He just need to learn how to chop garlic properly. and get the proportion right.
Vincenzo, good job. Overall, good job. You know, always fun to have Uncle Roger's jokes in there. And, you know, there are things that him and I will agree and disagree on. Grading Vincenzo's rice out of 10. Personally, for me, I'm going to give, man, let me think about this. You know, his ingredient set was right. Overall, his technique was right. There were just some little nitpicky things, but his end product looked pretty good. I do think it's going to be too salty. And for that reason, Vincenzo, I'm gonna give you a 7.9 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. If you enjoyed the content and want to support further, again, consider becoming a patron, link in the description below. And with that said, I am Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef, and I'll see you really soon.